Attention terrorists, hold on. Here's Tara's Daily Rant.
I know all about Dana White. You know who Dana White is. You know who he is. He's got these like big arms, these big like pythons. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he works out, right? So he's out for New Year's Eve with his wife, right? They look like, it's a video starts saying, look like they're having a good time. I mean, I don't think I'm reading it wrong. It goes downhill from there. There's a point I'm getting to. Stick with me for a sec. And they start arguing. And you should see the pythons on this dude. I mean, this guy's got arms. They start arguing, and she hauls off and slaps him. I mean, bam! Right across the face. Ouch. What's the headline say this morning? Dana White, who once said you don't bounce back from putting your hands on a woman, hits his wife at a club. Okay, so reading this, and this is outrage. They want him to resign from the UFC. Now, if Dana White were a liberal who went along with all their nonsense, they wouldn't care, right? Because they never care what these liberal men do, right? But he's not, and he's been a Trump fan. He's been open about that. So, they're trying to take him down. So you see all these headlines. I don't know if you've seen this. And the liberal media is demanding Dana White resign, and it's all very much a shame. And, yeah, so, my husband and I are sitting there. We got to see the video, right? I mean, it's the ultimate UFC fight, Dana White versus his wife, right? So we're expecting to see this guy being a brute, right? We're like, he's done. And then we turn, and there she is, bam! Right across his face. And we're like, oh. She hits him back. She hits him. He hits her back, but let me tell you, it's controlled. Like, he could have put her through a window if he wanted to. He could have smashed her face if he wanted to. He didn't hit her as hard as she hit him. Well, she didn't like that, so she hits him back. Bam! I don't know what goes on in that house. Yeah. So now everybody wants Dana White to resign. Now, hold on. I don't know what. Whoa. Stop. Let's stop for a minute, right? So all the right liberals are outraged. Say what you. He's a woman beater. Well, no. Did not the Olympic Committee, right? These people are all on board. The Olympics. Did not the Olympic Committee take the stand for the last year? There is no difference between men and women. None whatsoever. And say in their own press statement, they will not acknowledge a difference between men and women when it comes to competition. Okay, this so outraged the leaders of various sports. They had to walk that back a little and they said, well, we're still not going to acknowledge there's a difference between men and women, but we will go on a case-to-case basis in deciding, which men who claim they're women get to participate in women's sports, right? Huh? There you go. She hit him first. No difference between men and women, right? I mean, you could be canceled for suggesting there's a difference between men and women. It's the official position of the Olympics. So why should Dana White resign? He's just defending himself. I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. A decade ago, I would have done this segment completely different, but this is where we are as a society. So no. Dana White shouldn't resign. He was just defending himself. There's no difference between a man and women. Now, in this picture I'm looking at right now, if you look at those, my husband calls them pythons. I don't know. He and my boys work out, so that's what they want, their pythons, whatever. You look at his arm. I mean, his arm's probably twice the size of a usual guy's arm. I am not kidding you. And her arm much smaller. But, and you can see that right there in the picture. But we must deny. So, hey, never mind his arms are twice as thick as hers. We're supposed to pretend we can't see that. Right? No difference. So, guys, wife slaps you, slap her back. Yeah, but dad put her through a window or the wall. Hey, we're supposed to deny physics, science, and biological reality. So, hey, you know what? Now I'm standing up for Dana White. This is getting increasingly absurd, folks. This is like 2 weeks ago when I had to stand up with that poor mother. She let her eighth grade son get tattooed. Big tattoo. Nasty one, too. Right from the elbow down to the wrist. And normally I'd say that's child abuse. But, and the whole country was outraged. For some reason, that story got a ton of hits. What a terrible mom. How you figure? Well, no, I mean, if she had just wanted to put him on puberty blockers and sterilize him for the rest of his life in the 8th grade, everybody would have applauded. Yay! Well, that's kind of permanent sterility. So is a tattoo. What's your point? If you can consent to being sterilized with puberty blockers and agree to wind up with osteoporosis by the time you're 20, so if you get in a car wreck, your spine might snap, and you can consent to that in the 8th grade, well, then why can't you consent to a tattoo? I was outraged. They sent her to prison. Or jail. I think she's headed to prison. Child abuse. They took the kid. I don't know why. Look, folks, if we're going to live by these standards, then we should live by them. So, long hail Dana White, king of UFC. And, to his credit, she hit him twice. He only hit her once. So there's that. I can't believe this stuff is coming out of my mouth, but hey, it's 2023.
Terrorists want it. Hear the Tara Show weekday mornings on 106.3 WORD and the Odyssey app.